What I've been doing? Man, getting kicked out of these damn photo groups, man. Bruh, I got kicked out of a group probably about a month ago. I'm just tired of all the like kissing up to people, bro. It's annoying. No, seriously. So I'm in this group and she gon' she's never gonna see this. I'm in this group and this girl is talking about how what you need to know when you move to New York as a photographer. So it's all the classic, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, and then Shorty was like, her one of her first thing tips, excuse me, her first tip to move in New York as a photographer was you need a buggy. I said, a buggy to move to New York? You telling me I'm moving from whatever city I'm from, which is not big as New York, and the first thing I need to know is I need a buggy. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I start talking crap. Next thing you know, I get on Facebook, kicked out the group. It was annoying. We live? Oh shoot. Well, let's get this thing started. Oh, we'll work on this. All right, cool. Bet. All right, let's get started, man. Yo, shout out to this roadcaster. It's beautiful, man. I love it. If you saw the ignorant video before, because I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or take it out, just because I don't know what I was saying. Shout out to the person in the room keeping me in line. But this roadcaster is amazing. Shout out to a new mic. I hope it sounds better. Life has been interesting, man. Corona's still out here. Like I said earlier, RP to anybody that has lost their lives through this moment. If you have family members or friends or family of friends, whatever the case may be, if you lost somebody, my hearts and prayers are with you. I'm actually gonna say prayers. I ain't gonna be one of those people like, oh, my thoughts are with you. Anyway, but life is still good, man. Life is amazing. Future giving us an album this weekend, so I'm kind of excited about that. By the way, if you don't even know where you at right now, this is the Paid Exposure Podcast. I am your host, Gavin, also known as I Am Gavin B. Please make sure you follow me on Instagram. Can't get on my Facebook. I say ignorant stuff on there. However, you can definitely follow the group on Facebook, Paid Exposure, which is also on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. It's on Google Play, YouTube. Make sure you check us out there. But if you are a photographer and videographer, stop the music. If you are a photographer and videographer, I need a favor. I need you to get on Facebook right now and look up No More Pie by Gavin B. It is a community of nothing but photographers, mostly photographers of color. Just because we are an open congregation, we welcome any and everybody. We want everybody to be here with us. It's open to everybody, so please check that out. But today we had a couple of questions flying there today. So we're going to be talking about them today. One of the questions we asked everybody today was like, hey, how often you do marketing, and give us some tips. So we talk about things of that. Today we're also going to be talking about best and worst investments. And then we're going to talk about this Canon R5 because I don't know if it's worth it or not. So keep that in mind. However, before we get started, I definitely need everybody to check out POCstock. They're going to be dropping soon, but right now, if you're a photographer, you can contribute to this stock image website. This is not a paid sponsorship. I hate, this sponsorship. This whatever is sponsored by Spotify. This ain't that today, people. I wish Spotify give me a deal, but they ain't giving me one. But the point is, this is just genuine love for this company. I was contacted by them a couple months ago, saying, hey, we have this new website coming. We'd love for you to contribute. I looked it up, and I wish this website was around when I was in college. Let me tell you why. Everybody know what it's like when you look up diverse workspace on Google Images, right? And you got the 7 people. If it's 7, right? 2 black people, 1 male, 1 female. The female has it looks like they want her to be natural, but they don't want her to be too natural, right? And then, so that leaves us 5. You have 1 Hispanic person, 1 Asian person. So that leaves us 3. And then it's going to be like a Middle Eastern person, and the rest is 2 white people. That, which is technically diverse. I'm going to give it to you. But that's what we have to look up when we look up a black workspace. It's the same image, right? Or we say 2 black women or 2 women in the workplace. That same image, it's only like one or two images like that. So, but this website is geared to people of color, of all races, but races of color. And everything is on there, man. And they're asking photographers to say, hey, let's keep it going. Let's grow this community. So definitely check them out. More information, more videos will be coming out on them, because I definitely kind of want to get them on the show. So I got to work that out. Hopefully I definitely think they'd be willing to sit down with me. They have been helpful in wanting me to help out any way I can. And I told them, I said, hey, beyond giving to this website, I definitely want to check, shout you guys out. So check them out. Let me know what you guys think. Also, I don't even know. Let's do these damn drops, man. I hate not doing my drops just because people be like, what is going on? So let's do these drops. Here we go.
Welcome to the Paid in Exposure Podcast, a podcast about helping our community of photographers to reach the next level in their business. We just leveled up. Now here's your host, Charlotte photographer, Gavin B.
Can I just pay you in exposure?
Hell nah. Yo, shout out to this dude. I'm not even gonna give him the satisfaction of his Instagram drop. Hit me up today saying, hey, all photographers are doing collabs because of COVID. Let's work. He was a model. I think he blocked me. Let's just put it like that. I think I got blocked. First things up, we're going to keep this video short, man. The Canon R5, we think is coming at the, it's supposed to be coming out June or July. Some new news came out about that. I'm definitely, we talked about this on the actual podcast. The audio portion was, we discussed if this camera is going to be worth it. Not even sure personally as of yet if I think it's going to be worth it. One, because the specs of it are just so huge. I'm imagining somewhere the megapixels is going to be around like 60 megabytes per image. Huge. You don't need it. Nobody needs that. I mean, nobody who's taking graduation pictures, your regular portraiture, boudoir, lifestyle, you're not going to be doing all that. So I don't know. Also, I think that's my biggest issue with this camera. Is it going to be worth it? Can somebody get it? Because this camera is definitely going to be north of $3,500 when it comes out. If it's anything less, I will be shocked. But I'm thinking around $4,000 with everything that's coming down, like going on in the world, with COVID, with a recession, if we're not even already there, which technically we are there. But I don't know if everybody feels it yet, but because a lot of people are still working from home. But with everything that's going on, I don't know if dropping a $35,000, $37,000, $4,000 camera in the summer is really, really worth it for people. And it's definitely not going to be worth it for people. But I'm thinking if everything was perfect, would it still be worth it for people? I doubt it, man. Mirrorless is definitely a future. Shout out to Canon finally catching up to this party. Sony's still leading this party. I don't know what Nikon doing because I do not care. But I definitely think it's going to be interesting, man. So check out for the Canon R5. Hold on, let me grab my laptop because we definitely got some questions that came out that people have been asking me. So I want to share them with you guys. All right. Shout out to David, man. David said, how do you deal with clients who respond slowly to emails? I'm emailing a couple in each. David, you got to work on your English, bro. Hold on. I am emailing a couple in I basically wrote them once a day to try to get answers. They seem interested in booking. I want to stay calm, but it's getting a little bit annoying. All right, David, check this out, bro. Do you want the money or not? Cool. If you do want it, which I'm assuming you do because money is scarce, you have to set yourself a set of rules and just abide by those rules, right? If you wrote somebody once a day and it's taking them a day to respond back, that's not a long time. One. This isn't a regular corporate place. People have other things to do. They have to worry about their kids, educating their kids. They have to worry about work if they're working from home, people on Zoom calls. So you got to keep those things in mind. One thing I would say is when I write my clients, I give them as much information. So the next thing they write me back is their date and which email, if the email they're writing me from is the best email to send their invoice. That's all we're talking about. Because when you write me, you say, hey, Gavin, I'm looking to book you. I have a graduation coming up. I say, cool. I'll give you my prices. I go ahead and send you a link to that's on my website of my available dates. And I give you locations that I think is suitable. And I also let you know if you have one that you like more, please let me know. And I say, hey, whenever you're ready, let's pay this deposit. Just let me know what email I should use. So when they say, hey, Gavin, perfect. May 12th looks great. at 5 o'clock. Yes, I do like that time. Okay, UNC Charlotte doesn't work for me because I didn't go there. However, can we meet just uptown? Because I want that vibe. I don't want the campus feel. Cool, great. And yes, you can send it to that email, excuse me. Then I kind of just say, hey, I sent it to that email. I include additional information on that invoice. However, sometimes I do write them and say, hey, I give you so many days to play this invoice, but I am going to keep your date open. Please let me know if this works for you. And we keep it moving. So that's be my biggest thing to you, David, is kind of saying, hey, is there any more information I can definitely give this person so that I got everything done and I don't have to be waiting? Because right now you're probably writing 1-2 sentences, not giving enough information. Y'all doing too much dialogue. Also, one thing that will cut this down, get them on the phone. If you're noticing that your client is not a good communicator via email just because they have so much going on, or it's like texting. Email should not be like text. So don't respond. Don't say anything in there like it's text. So if you're saying, hey, I'm noticing it's too much like texting, get them on the phone. Say, hey, do you got 5 minutes I can talk to you this Thursday at 2 o'clock? Or what time works best for you? Then you can do it. You give them a call. End of story. But great question, though. I want to see. Let me know how that goes. Next question. What computer are you using? Currently, I have a laptop, but I would like a monitor computer. Any suggestions? Woo! So I got this old MacBook that's on right now. Let me not talk about my MacBook because I don't want her to break. I don't want him to break. I don't know if this is male or female. It doesn't matter. Don't want it to break. Right now, I used to have a 27-inch iMac, and I do have this MacBook here. Both was old. I got my iMac in like 2011. I think I got this in 2014. So both of them are pretty old. One thing I would say about Macs, from my research, is you need to keep them for 2 years. Then you need to look to sell it to make enough money that the money you've been saving previously, you can put that towards the money you sold your computer for to buy another Mac. You should be upgrading it pretty much every 2 years. That sounds nuts to a lot of people, but I will say nothing is like a Mac. I currently do not have a Mac anymore, So the reason why I'm saying that is because I actually built a computer. I went on ibuypower.com. Check them out. This is not sponsored by them. Also, what a cash register at, bro? Because, bro, y'all got to start sending me checks. Cash register. Shout out to iBuyPower. I went in. I kind of looked up specs, so I kind of knew what I needed out of a computer. I went on iBuyPower, and I built my computer. When it came to me, it was super dope. Maybe I'll take a picture or something and put it in here. Probably won't because I'm lazy. But the point is this. When I got it, only thing I had to do was unplug stuff, unwrap it, take some foam out. I think I had to connect 1 or 2 things, and it was good to go. I think a lot of people here build your own computer and they don't know that there's companies out there where they will build it for you. The only thing you got to do is plug certain things in, and that's it. And that's all I did. Now, mind you, I have a computer software degree, which means 0 because I've never had a computer software job. I have used my degree a couple of times, but clearly computer software, I should be doing programming somewhere. I'm a photographer because I love that more, and I make decent money doing it. I have fun with it. So keep that in mind. One thing I would say about this, if you can afford a Mac and you want to stay with Mac, stay with Mac. It's dope. I understand it. Everything works seamlessly. Everything is together. However, building my computer, I knew certain specs I needed, such as 16 gigabytes of RAM, right? I know I needed that. That was not up for debate, right? I knew I needed an i7 processor. That was not up for debate. I knew I needed a solid state drive, not up for discussion. Certain things like that, you need to research and say, what's not up for discussion? What do you need? Because when you pretty much do this, go on Mac right now, build that computer, right? Because they'll let you pick out the specs. Write that down and see if you can build that into Windows. I promise you can, and I promise you it'll be cheaper, and just do that. However, you do need to understand, even if you don't think just because I got a Windows on, I have to upgrade. You're going to have to upgrade also. But it's easy to upgrade, right? Because right now with the Macs, from my understanding, you can't upgrade them anymore. It's not like how it used to be where you can just pop down the bottom, throw some RAM in there, keep it moving. No. It's not like that anymore. So I would say build a computer. But if you want to just stick with Mac, just stick with Mac. Do it makes your heart smile. How about that? Shout out to Hannah. She got the last question. Any advice on archiving raw files in finished galleries? All right. So The easiest thing I say for you guys is, and I stole this from Joy, photo, who has a Photo Bosses group. She's super dope, super great photographer. She said this, and I actually just started doing it myself. Every couple months, I will buy those hard drives. The ones, just the little hard drives you get off Amazon. They're like $40-$50 now. And I get me like a 2 terabyte. And as soon as I get it, the first day that I'm about to put a photo on it, I write down the date and permanent marker on it. You can get tape or you can just use a permanent marker. And I write May 17th, 2020. And then when it's full, I put the end date. So when you contact me later, say, hey, Gavin, I'm looking for my photos, whatever. I'm praying I still have it. Nothing happens. And I go ahead, I upload it, send it to you. Say, here you go. Thank you. That has helped me tremendously. Before, I was just praying that my MacBook that I just sold to some random parent for $200, my iMac, excuse me, I was praying that didn't crash. It was crashing. Let me tell y'all something. I just tried to put it on a hard drive, all those pictures. It didn't go because that computer was done, but I was able to clean it up, and it's going to work fine for a person who just wants a Mac, who's willing to spend an extra $300 to upgrade it, make it faster, whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind. Also, I only keep galleries for a month. Weddings I keep from 3 to 6 months. It's just for me. I don't have time. I try to turn people around very quickly. But also a network attached storage, which is layman terms is just basically like a little iCloud that you can get online. Check that out for if you have a bunch of files. Check that out. Right now, I can log onto my phone. That's my soundboard. I know y'all probably somebody gonna zoom in and try to see what that was. But anyway, I can go in, get my iCloud right now, and I can pull up anybody's picture, and I can show you guys. I can do whatever. It's super dope. It's amazing. I can do it from anywhere in the world, as long as my house has Wi-Fi. It has like 4 terabytes on it. I can exchange them. It's a lifesaver. I love it. It's the best $400 I've ever spent. And that is expensive, but it's the best $400 I ever spent. Speaking of best things I ever spent, shout out to Hannah too. Let's do this right quick. Best and worst investments. I cannot wait for this part. So this came from, I don't know where I was at, and somebody DM'd me. Oh, I was on Instagram clearly. So somebody DM'd me. It's like, yo, what's the best thing you ever bought for your business? And I was like, well, that's cool. I'm about to tell y'all. But then I saw something else was like, hey, and it was actually in our photo group, somebody, the question came up of like, what was the worst thing you ever did? The worst investment for my business, I do not care. Gunshots for them. The worst thing ever for my business was Wedding Wire. I do not care, bro. I do not care what to say. That was the worst money I've ever spent in my life on my photography business. It was pointless. I lost money. And let me tell you why. I won't kill them too much. Well, I am pretty much, but Wedding Wire was trash for me. One, because I had to pay up all the money up front for the year. I can't remember how much it was, but it was money I did not have. And it did not work. My biggest thing is this. If I do the right things and your business does not, your service does not work for me, I have wasted my money. Even if I did the wrong things and it did not work for me, I wasted my money. However, hopefully with time and education, I will learn that it wasn't your fault, it was mine. Now, at first I might see it as my fault, but honestly, Wedding Wire, it wasn't my fault. It just was not it for me. Wedding Wire is a pay, if you don't know what it is, go Google it. It's basically a vendor website for weddings, and it is a pay to play form to me. This is all my opinion. This is my experience. I'm not telling y'all, I'm not here to slander them, whatever the case may be. But what I've learned from it is they are a pay to play type website. So let me give y'all an example. I'm going to give you my personal example. When I was getting married, shout out to my baby girl. She downstairs. And one thing that I was doing was I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to put you go on Wedding Wire. I'm going to look up some photographers. Once you pick the photographers, I just tell you which one's the best, whatever. And so she said, cool. She said, well, why don't you just do it? Because I don't care. I trust your vision. I said, cool, bet. So I said, well, you know what? I wish I had a bleep button so I can say shit and giggles, but whatever. For shits and giggles, I was like, yo, I put in my zip code. I said, hey, I'm going to put in this price code. Boom. I want this style of photographer, my style of photographer, right? As in me. I want to thank me. So anyway, I did all of this thinking that we're good. Perfect. I click, first 20 photographers come up. I don't see me. Next 20, next page. I don't see me. Bro, I was on the 5th page. I put in literally every spec for me to be seen. It took me 5 pages. And so, yeah, I said, I'm done. Like, I was like, all right, we good here. I'm not doing this anymore. I called Wedding Wire. I said, hey, just want to let you know I quit. Like, I'm done. I'm not paying you guys. And they said, cool, Gavin, you've already, you owe us the rest of the money if you want to break your contract. And I said, well, no, that's BS. And they were like, nah, sorry, you already paid. So what you going to do? You going to pay us up and we kick you off, or you just going to write it out? And she asked me what was my problems. And I told her, and she said, all right, I'm sorry. Let's work on some things. Maybe you should upgrade. And I'm like, bro, I'm not giving you more money. So then the next day, I will be honest, I got like three people reach out to me, 3 leads. So I said, oh, shoot, this is dope. So I write them, no response. They had no profile. Like, it was like the weirdest thing. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Deleted it. They never responded. No follow-up. The phone numbers did not work. It was the funniest thing. So I kept it moving, and they called me back to see what I thought about the program and, whatever. I said, well, nah, I've already tried to cancel you guys. You won't get my money back, so I'm stuck here. And they said, well, what's the issue? And I told them again. Same thing happened. A few days later, I got somebody inquire about my service on Wedding Wire. So I'm like, yo, this is weird. After research, shout out to Twitter. Twitter is so ratchet. I love it. I found out this is a common thing on Wedding Wire where you can complain. You're going to get these mystery people as leads, and they're never going to follow up. So I'm not saying they did anything. I'm just saying it's interesting. So after that, I left them alone. A year later, they merged with somebody else, and they contacted me and said, yo, would you love to come back? I said, absolutely not. And so Shorty was like, why not? And so I told her, I was straight up with her. I said, look here, I'm not coming back simply because, and I explained me not showing up. And she literally seemed shocked. And she said, I am so sorry. And I was like, cool. I said, but you understand now why I can't come back. And she said, honestly, yeah, I get it. And she hung up. We got the phone. I respect it. I always respect when people know that the game is over and they just like, yo, coach, I'm out. Yo, I'm getting beat on my man. He going straight to the basket. I'm out. So I respected that about her. My best investment though, which I hate when you have videos like this and somebody spends so much time on there. Worse, they don't tell you your best. My best investment is this baby right here. It is the Canon. It's the L series lens. It's the 24-105. I love this lens. It is the first lens I bought. Somebody, long story short, my family has a cleaning business, that they had one when I was a kid. And we used to clean a photography studio. Who knew that I would actually become a photographer? And they were super dope. And one of the people that worked there, shout out to Sarah. I don't know if you ever gonna see this, but shout out to you. She told me, she said, do not buy a new camera, buy a new lens. And mind you, I had just started off in photography and I did not care. Like, I didn't, for me, I was like, oh, I need multiple cameras, right? Because I didn't know. I was super young. I wasn't even like a photographer. I was just the guy who with his friends who always had a camera. And I thought she was playing. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to save up for a lens. And I saw all these lenses on her desk that had a red ring on it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to Google the best lenses. This is the first thing. I can't remember, it's been so many years ago where I looked up the best lenses to have as a photographer, and this lens was named first, and it says this is the best all-purpose lens you will ever have. And I'm not kidding you. This 24-105 is the best all-purpose lens you will ever have. I don't know which side of my face this looks better on, but it is. I use this lens for so many years, and I use it for everything. If I need to zoom in, it's going to be good. If I prefer to step closer, it's good. It's always sharp. The colors are always right. It doesn't matter if I'm doing a wedding or if I'm doing just a single session. I love it. Currently, I was recording with it earlier, but then I was like, oh shoot, I need it for this video. So hence why the 85 is being used right now, and I'm using this to show you guys. This is a beautiful lens. Lately though, I will say, and this is when I crap on it, it's been kind of distorted a little bit. I don't know if it's just because it's super old, because some of these like grips down here are falling off. And to be honest, this lens has been through it all. It's seen different relationships I've been in, different homes I've been in, different cars I've been in, so many weddings, so many countries. This lens have seen it all in my life. Like, if I recall correctly, I probably have had this lens since for 7 years. And I didn't drop this thing. It's my baby right here. So definitely get this lens. Also, if you're watching this and you're not a photographer, do not get your spouse this lens as a coffee mug. That's so corny, by the way. Anyway, shout out to everybody that's listening. Thank you guys. I know right now in the group, we're asking you what is your one lens you can't live without. So please drop that in the comments below, because I think that's a dope concept. This is the one lens I cannot live without. However, I am dealing with this issue of, I have this 85, it's super close. I would love to show y'all my shoes back here, my Michael Jordan poster right here, my Michael Jordan thing right here. Of course, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I would love to show you more of my room, but I can't with the 85 because this room isn't big enough, and 2, this lens zooms in so close. So right now I'm debating if I want to get the 35 or the 50. I'm going to keep the 85, even though I really wouldn't probably need it then, but I'm going to keep it. Honestly, I would trade this thing in for a 50 probably, but whatever. Anyway, I've been going through it right now. What should I do? Give me your comments, your thoughts, process, because I definitely think I want to upgrade soon. Anyway, thank y'all for rocking with me. I love y'all. I will give y'all a song to go out with, but however, I do not want to get sued. And plus, I don't know what to play. Can't play no Tekashi. Boy out here, he just snitched on everybody. I don't even know. What can we play? Oh, let's do this. It's a little ratchet, but we can do it. Yo, make sure, before we even get there, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't care, bruh. Please, make sure you follow us everywhere. We're not on Twitter. Oh, come on, Fabio.